Okay, we'll get this meeting started. Call it again. Call this meeting to order of the TIRZ 4. Ms. Huerta, will you please call roll?
Chairman Billy Lerma.
Here.
Board Member Steve Banta.
Here.
Roland Barrera.
Here.
Kenneth Berry.
Here.
Barbara Canales is absent. Jesse Gilbert.
Here.
Paulette Guajardo.
Present.
Gil Hernandez.
Here.
Roberto Hernandez is absent, but hopefully he's on WebEx. Hopefully we'll be able to connect soon. Michael Hunter.
Here.
John Martinez is absent. Ben Molina.
Present.
Mike Pesley.
Here.
Carol Scott is absent. She is on WebEx. Greg Smith.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum present to conduct the meeting.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll move to item C, public comment. Is there anyone here who would like to make public comment? I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Shireen Del Suz. I live at 6030 Tapestry, and today's comment will be a video, if you can play it, please. Corpus Christi needs dedicated bike paths in our parks. Let's start with one. Currently, we have none. I don't really count the one by the ocean because there is no indication that it's for cyclists. The path is typically used by pedestrians. This is the way you clearly indicate that a path is for cyclists. Sadly, I don't count the bike path by the Joe Fulton corridor. I mean, it was such a beautiful idea having a bike path so close to the water, but sadly it crumbled into the water recently and it was closed off. So I have no idea when or if it will be repaired. So now we're at square zero. By the way, white sidewalks don't count for me. Pedestrians shouldn't be in the same place where cyclists ride. Pedestrians walk 3 miles an hour. Bikes typically ride 15 miles an hour. So that's a big difference. It's really dangerous. So enough of these hike and bike trails. They're a joke. There's no way my family with my kid in a trailer would be able to ride in these so-called hike and bike trails. So here's an example of how other cities have done it. This is a beach in California. This is one in Toronto. And this is a park in Montreal. It can be done there, so why can't it be done here? The demand is there. 1 in 3 Americans own a bike. That's like 100,000 people in Corpus Christi. And we can't have one single dedicated bike path here in our parks? I'm not the only one frustrated. There is a petition with over 300 signatures, and this issue has been mentioned in the media. So please, when working on future park projects like North Beach, consider adding clearly marked dedicated bike paths. And for more information about this petition and what I've been doing, check out ibikecc.com. 1 in 3 Americans own bikes, so that's 100,000 people in Corpus Christi. None of our parks have dedicated bike paths. It's shared with pedestrians, and pedestrians are a lot slower than bikes. It's 3 miles an hour for pedestrians, I believe, and 15 miles an hour for bikes, so they shouldn't be in the same place. So when you're making your new parks, just please consider bikes. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Is there anyone else? Ms. Huerta, do we have any written comments?
No, sir.
Thank you. Moving on to item D, minutes. Approval of the July 27th, 2021 Reinvestment Zone Number 4 regular meeting minutes.
So moved.
Thank you. Do I have a second? Been seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the financial report. Do we have a financial report? No? None? Okay. Item G, agenda items. Motion approving the tax increment reinvestment zone 4 board meeting calendar for 2022.
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor?
Thank you.
Put-
Aye.
Say aye, please.
Aye.
Those against? Motion carries. Thank you. We're moving on to item H.
Item,
Pres-
yeah.
presentation. Hello? Hello? Did the mics go dead? Yes.
We can, yeah. You're fine.
Hello?
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the presentation items.
All right, Mike Culbertson with your EDC here with good news. I have Jonathan Gonzalez, project manager for the Lighthouse Apartment.
Is that this one here? I don't need it. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. All right, can we see everything? Can y'all hear me? How are we doing?
Yes.
A little closer, that's better?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe move it up.
All right.
Just pick it up.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Chairman and members of TIRZ number 4. Lynn Frazier wanted to be here. He had a personal item that popped up last minute, so he apologizes, but he's very excited about this project, and hopefully we can express Mr. Blacker and Mr. Lynn Frazier's excitement for our development here on North Beach. There we go. So a slight introduction on the project there on North Beach, and for everyone's information, we're doing a multifamily development. These are 159 apartment units. This is also going with a small chapel, a restaurant, a banquet hall. We will have, of course, the lighthouse that everyone's been seeing right now, and then a luxury pool that will be serviced by the restaurant through beverage and food as well. Now this one. So just a quick location of where we are. This is the end of Rincon Channel, next to the harbors. This is a piece of property that Mr. Frazier owned for a while. He approached Mr. Blackard as far as looking at a development for a village concept on North Beach here. Let's get our bearings a little bit. Switching again. Another delay. Next slide, please.
You can control the slide yourself if you like.
It's not working.
Okay.
Can y'all still hear me?
Very little is working. Okay.
Oh, now we're skipping. Okay, there we go. So these are some renderings. What we do typically for the start of any project is make a comprehensive 3D model. This helps us look at any detail as far as how many windows down to how many bolts go into the door. This lets us look at how much stone is quantified and brings in a lot of information. We walk through these sites over and over again with our team, with our design and with other individuals as we go through this. We also utilize VR technology. This helps us look at width of sidewalks out on the curbs. We look at how many trees go into each area, and we can even come down to, I can tell you what the sunlight's going to look like on January 22nd at 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. Sorry. Helps us move along with the process. We look at and we can find any issues that might occur even before we start laying concrete. And speaking of that, it takes a lot of fill dirt on the areas of North Beach we need to elevate, either through stilt or fill. We were able to utilize a lot of dirt coming off the New Harbor Bridge construction. This helped us a lot with our cost in the beginning. Testing on soils, compaction, and raising that elevation to a 12'6" height for our finished floor height. Early on, we decided to do a boardwalk around the perimeter of the site. You can see the retaining wall of the stone. It comes from Granbury, Texas, a very dense stone. It holds up very well in our caustic environment, especially being on the salt water that we have here. We needed something dense that holds up very well. The boardwalk goes all the way around and is utilized by the residents of the development. This was taken a couple of months ago, but shows some of the construction on our project. It's the old style. It's a kind of a village that we're looking at, Mediterranean and Renaissance. The concept of this village is giving you a rich feel and a sense of place, and we've been getting a lot of great feedback from our tenants who are leasing up this property. Another interesting thing about this is when we looked at the design, we did different stone and different patterns for each one of these buildings because the feel wanted to be something that grew up over time, over 100 years or so, not just popping up overnight. In the background, you can see the Tyvek on this one building. That's building 1. That is one of the last ones that's under construction. The only reason being is because of the lighthouse as was under construction. We'd switched over from a conventional CMU block to the stone. Our mason who was working on this decided that, hey, I can build this lighthouse out of stone, and Lynn Frazier and Jeff Blacker jumped on that because it took a little bit longer, but I think we can all agree it's something phenomenal to look at. And as one person put it, it looks like it's been there for 1,000 years already. So at 135 feet tall, this is the tallest stone lighthouse in Texas. In fact, the tallest stone lighthouse in the Western Hemisphere. With all that weight, about 2,000 tons of stone, we needed quite a big foundation. So it's 5 foot thick, a ton of rebar literally, and about 48 piers going 70 foot deep underneath that lighthouse. This image here shows the complexity of this really masterpiece that we've been working on. This was the first pour, corbels going in for our top layer of our lighthouse. We went up with steel, we call it the bird cage on top. For windstorm purposes, we didn't want to put too much pervious material on there where wind could catch it. So we will light it at night, and this will be a seasonal thing where we can do different ceremonies as far as when the lighthouse will go on and when it's non-directional, but it will have a glow that you'll be able to see for a long distance. This is one of our favorite units. We have a private stairway on the back. It's a 2-story unit with a garage in there. And again, these are all long-term lease apartment complex. Another image of our lighthouse. And we're leasing up right now. We're very excited about this project. Very happy with the way it came together. We were moving forward on our other developments on North Beach, and we feel that this is a great entry point for citizens coming from Portland and visitors coming in, and just a great sign of progress for North Beach. And we're very excited with the moving forward with that. And thanks again for everyone helping with the TIRZ. With this coming online at the end of the year, we're excited for that, starting to do some revenue services for that. In the meantime, Mr. Frazier has taken it upon himself to do some beautification of North Beach as of right now. He does have a small foundation. He's been doing some clipping and mowing. And if you see it, some nice things going on there, it's his interest in it, trying to keep this thing moving forward. So thank you all very much, and if you all have any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Hey, John, I have one question. On the light on the top, is that going to be able to change colors, or is it going to be a permanent, certain color only? I mean,
So right now, we're talking with lighting officials. We're trying to make sure that there's nothing that's going to be non-navigationable. So we don't want to attract a port ship or something like that. So being careful of all that, it will be in line with all of our mandates and everything that has to take place. We're not in a flight path or anything of that nature, but we're not trying to be a literal beacon for ships. But it will have some aspect to it with lighting up. We can change colors. We'll put Christmas lights up on there, all kinds of things like that.
okay. Is there any other question? Ms. Guajardo, go ahead.
Thank you. So it says the final certificate of occupancy is expected at the end of this year, which we're at. So do you mean next month, or what are y'all looking at?
Right, we are framing up the restaurant right now. That was the last portion of building 1. That was the bulk of the last portions of units. We are coming online. We did have a lot of hurdles, of course, building in this, and with COVID and everything else, it's been a very interesting time. If anyone has tried to get appliances or furniture lately, you understand the lead times have been incredible. We're dealing with that for 159 units, but thankfully, we've had a lot of that stuff in place. Finish out on building 1 is expected to be finished in the next month, and the restaurant will be going forward as well. We have been talking with the final occupancy on that, and we should get that by the end of the month.
By the end of this month?
I'm sorry, end of the year.
The end of the year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, great. Thank you.
Go ahead, go ahead, Mr. Pusley.
Is there going to be opportunities for the public to go up in the lighthouse as an observation kind of thing, or not?
Lynn Frazier has the key to that lighthouse, and if he wants you up there, he'll let you in.
I don't know. That's a no.
I don't know if you want to climb the ladder that's goes
I've been up
straight
there about 30 times. It's a haul.
It's a straight ladder, straight up, isn't it?
We've actually now it's 6 different landings at
Okay.
12-foot sections, but it's quite a feat.
So it's a hike.
If you want to go up there,
No,
just let me know.
I'm good.
Okay, great.
I'll do a
presentation.
flyby or something.
There you go.
Anyone else have any questions? No? Well, we thank you for the presentation. It's awesome. We're glad to have a Lynn Frazier with the passion that he has, sir, for North Beach. I know that he's got many other things that he wants to get done out there, so we look forward to working together as a team.
Absolutely.
So
Thank
thank
you very much. We're very excited for North Beach, and again, we're here for the long haul. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No other business to come before this board? Meeting's adjourned.